Good morning. I think we're day 34, although to be honest I'm starting to lose track. The sun is out this morning, so I've just opened everything up. I'll turn this around and let some sun in on, some fresh air in on all this paint and stain that I did yesterday. Tom's been working on the tow hitch, not the tow hitch, the bike rack. We have the shingle back light bike rack there, so he's just figuring out how we're putting that on here and what we're doing for a deck. Now, a couple of things that we're just not going to get done, or we can't really decide on how we want things to go, so we're just not doing for now. And that is the tow hitch, back deck, bike rack area. We're going to make something that is functional, but it probably won't be the end product. We just want to think about it and get it right before we go hacking in. There's a weird noise I can hear. Before we go hacking into things. So we will get it where it's functionable and we're able to hit the road, and then we will live in the space for a while and figure out how to best tackle this area. But for now, there is a tow receiver going on the lift platform. As you can see, the lift platform is half of what it used to be. That bike rack will slip into the tow receiver. It can then go up and down, and we can put the bikes on it, and we can still use it as a lift as well. And I think that's the plan. I can hear some weird noise. I'm off. Now it's some time to plan this little space here. The step stool is acting kind of like my fridge. That's where my fridge will go. And this is the space I've designated for the alley bed slash couch. Obviously, it's not going on the ground. So that's my cushions that I got recovered from the old Rogue. They're probably not really the cushions I wanted, but they were the right price and sort of fit the space. So we'll start with them anyway. We can always change them if we decide we don't like them. But now the plan is how high you want to maximise your storage. So how high can be the comfortable couch, the highest comfortable sitting height we can achieve. So to bring those up, and then they'll be covered with doors on the front for things like our chairs and our floor mat and all that sort of stuff to go on, and maybe some bits and bobs, hoses and power leads and all that stuff. Yeah, and then we might even put a second row of shelving in there then, depending. And I'm going to put sort of shelving and things on this wall, and then decide what's going on this wall. And you've still got to do some work in the bathroom. I've still got to tint this, and I'm not happy with this elastic. It just really hasn't grabbed onto that acrylic wall as good as it should. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. Something to think about. And then some racks and storage to go in there. Toilet's got to go in there. Loo roll holder's got to go in there. There's a fair bit to finish off here yet, actually. And then we're still deciding whether we paint our big wooden doors or stain the wooden doors. I don't think there's a wrong answer. These wooden doors are the ones I'm talking about. I don't think there's a wrong answer, but if I stain them and then decide to paint them, it's going to be a big job to sand the back. And if I paint them and then decide to stain them, it's going to be an even bigger job to stain the back. So I don't know which way I'm going yet. Still procrastinating. But that couch in the sun's going to be a bit lovely, I think, to sit on. They're pretty comfy, those cushions, I'll give them that. They're not much to look at, but they're pretty comfy. So the bike rack's kind of on. Fits the big old Doroti on there. Dad and I are working on this overhead shelf, which will be spotted in the fronted in the spotted gum, and then we'll have 4.4 meters of the same on this wall over here, and then maybe something down there on that wall, but I haven't really decided yet. Well, that was nice on the video. Do you want a hand? You got it. Right, Tom's patent pending bike rack. We've turned the shingle back light. We've mounted it on the tailgate. So, the bikes match the truck now. We must have bought them red for a reason, eh? Maybe we bought the bikes when we were driving a blue and white bus, but there you go. Now we just got some little D's to secure it back and things, but that'll be where our bike's going. It just pops down, lays back to get the bikes on and off. Still lets us open our doors as soon as the bikes are on the ground. When the bikes are off, we can still use it as a deck. So for now, ticking a lot of the functional buttons. Have to have a little test drive and see how she travels. Okie dokes, end of day 34. Getting very close to end of major constructions. I'll just spin the camera around and take you for a little walk through. So overhead shelves are in. The spotted gum that's going on the fronts of those has just been stained, so that should come in tomorrow. 2.4 metres on one side and 4.4 metres of overhead storage on the other. Fridge is in, getting cold. We do just have to tie this back so it doesn't move. Might put a bracket or something in there. We've had a bit of a measure and a play. Ali's bed, I think that's on the construction list for tomorrow. Obviously storage underneath, comfy cushions on top. This side is just the kickboard storage. See how we go on Ali's bed. We might either do the kickboards or Ali's bed, or maybe if we get good, we do both tomorrow. That's where we're at on that stage. Down this end, I still need to do all the cabinet locks for when they shift. I hate the door lockers that I bought in the post. I'm not sure what I'm going to use. I've got to turn this cupboard here, will be where my computer mounts. So I put a an anti-shock foam insert in there, strap the tower down, run all the cords up and through and up into there. I've got to mount my monitor. I'm going to put a shelf on this wall and probably one on that wall as well. The whole back area, the spotted gum needs 1 coat of stain and these doors need 2. I think I'm going to stain the doors, and then if I really decide I hate them, I will paint them black over the stain, which will be a mammoth job, but I think I'll stain them for now and see how we go. The spotted gum and the doors on the outside also all need to be sanded and stained. My bar stool's built, it's ready to go in here. Mumbles has been sleeping in there in the sun though. She has sort of claimed that little spot under my desk as hers, so I'm going to kick her out and put a stool there, so see how that goes. These shelves all have to be painted black as well on both sides. But coming to little finishing things, I'm not sure whether I'll put a piece of art or some shelves or some baskets, maybe like potato baskets and things there. I've got this wall here, so maybe my family photos might go along there. I also want to not keep it, I don't want it to be cluttery and I don't want it to ruin the wall, but I've got this whole wall to do something with. Not sure what that's going to be yet. Tom would like a full-size tower rail. I just think tower rails look naffy, but maybe hang them on the back of this door. There might be a tower rail, I'm not sure yet. Not sure what I'm doing with the bed head yet, or if I'm going to do something, maybe just a nice piece of art up there. I do have a really nice sunrise shot in orange and blacks that might be nice to go on there. And then over here, a little fold up bedside table like I have in the bath, so I can put my wine glass and stuff on at night. Put the TV back in, the mount's already there, but that's got to go in. And then the bathroom, I have done not much with. Still really unhappy with this elastic, but I don't know what the solution is. That's more thinking required, and I've still got to do the privacy mirror tinting on this. Towel racks, loo roll holders, the loo's got to go in yet. But it's a composting one, a little jewel car, got to go, so it'll just literally sit in there on a rubber mat. It's not too much mounting actually to go in there. But we're pretty close to being livable. Gas is only a couple of days away, hopefully. That's the oven and the hot water, so hopefully that'll get sorted very shortly. But yeah, we're sort of in the finishing straits of it all yet. I've got a couple of Go road trip maps I wouldn't mind hanging. I don't know where they're going to go. But once I get all the furnishings in here, I will know where all my little bits, finishing touches are going to go. I did buy some shower racks yesterday too, so I might be able to get those hung tomorrow maybe, see how we're going. But yeah, just definitely need something on this wall, these two walls, to break up the black. But there is like an ochre coloured duvet set going in front of it there. But that's us for the day. Beer o'clock. Oh, and I bought my fire extinguisher set as well, so that's not far away. I think tomorrow's day 35, so that's a budget day, and I'll top up the budget. There hasn't been a lot of change actually, we haven't been spending much, but I'll do a budget tomorrow as well.